Hello, Jay Mason here with you, and today's topic is what are cannabis receptors and how do they work? So when most people think about cannabis, they typically think about maybe the leaf or the way it smells, but the real magic about cannabis is already inside us. It's what we all have in our bodies called the endocannabinoid system, the ECS. So our bodies already have a built-in system to interact with the compounds that are in cannabis. So the receptors weren't necessarily designed for cannabis, but it just happens to fit. So it's kind of like having a spare key to the same lock. Think about it maybe how if you were to have built a house and you wired it for electricity and you put an outlet in every room, and a couple of years later somebody invents a lamp and they bring it over and they plug it in and the lamp works. Well, that's kind of how the ECS system works for us. Cannabis, we enter it into our system, it plugs in nicely, and it all works. So the endocannabinoid system is like our body's balance manager. It's designed to keep us in what's called homeostasis. So there's two main types of receptors. There's the CB1 receptor, and you guessed it, the CB2 receptor. The CB1 receptor is primarily in our brain stem, and it controls things like our mood, our memory, our movement, our pain, how we react to pain. The CB2 receptors are in our immune system, and they deal with things like inflammation and healing. Now, it's important to know that there are no receptors in the part of our brain that controls blood flow and heartbeat. So that's why there's never been a fatal overdose, just from cannabis, is because the receptors aren't there to influence our blood flow or our heartbeat. So that's the reason for that. So when our body senses trouble, it releases these endocannabinoids, and they do their job and react, and they keep us in balance. Now, here's something interesting. Every animal that has a vertebrae also has an endocannabinoid system. So you've heard the fight or flight, type of scenarios with animals. So think of your body kind of like a city. So the receptors are kind of like the traffic light. So it's stop, go. But the endocannabinoids are the signals, and they kind of direct which way these compounds go to interact with our body. So when we add cannabis to our system, it's kind of like we're adding like an outside city engineer to tweak the systems, to make sure that there's no roadblocks, to make sure traffic, flows smoothly. So think about receptors as a part of your body's natural communication network. It's I like to think about it kind of like cannabis is a visiting musician. So when we enter it into our body, it's already playing the notes. It's already playing the songs that our body already knows. It just helps us harmonize with it a little bit better. So to learn more, please take a look at The Surprising Truth About Cannabis, available on Amazon. I'm Jay Mason. Thanks again for joining.